Hello everyone, I am Anjali Kumari from BCom Professional 6th Sem and today I am here to discuss a case study of merger between HDFC Limited and HDFC Bank, which is guided by Dr. Vittal sir. So let's discuss the case study. Basically this case study is about the merger between the HDFC Limited and HDFC Bank, which was done on 1st July 2023. Before the merger, HDFC Limited was serving as the non-banking financial corporation, whereas the HDFC Bank was a corporation bank and which was cooperating as a commercial bank. HDFC Limited was specialized in providing housing loans to the individual as well as the developers, whereas the HDFC Bank was providing the retail banking services, which was opening saving accounts or current accounts, providing credit card and providing loans such as personal loans or vehicle loans. But when the merger was done, both the entity decided to provide various loans at a given rate. HDFC Limited decided to provide some portion of the housing loan to the bank, HDFC Bank, which was further discussed as the HDFC Bank will provide the housing loan to the individual. After this, the housing loan in the HDFC Bank was increased to 33%, which was before 11%, which was the huge change in loan. This merger has a key shift from a leading bank. This merger provided opportunity to HDFC Bank to become the second largest bank in the India and first private sector largest bank. This merger was of worth rupees 14 lakh crore, which means rupees 14 trillion. Market capitalization was done. This merger provides the highest market capitalization to both the entities, providing various benefits to the entities, such as it was providing a reduction in the proportion of unsecured loans to the HDFC Bank. Before, HDFC Bank was providing unsecured loans, which was highly risky. But due to this, the merger helped the HDFC Bank to reduce the proportion of unsecured bank. Merger helped the HDFC Limited to provide more housing loans, and housing loan rate was also increased in India. This merger not only provided benefits to the entities but also provided benefits to the shareholders, investors and borrowers in many ways. Like shareholders, share values were increased, they were getting more dividend because the profits were maximized of both the entities. Both entities has a huge change in their share prices, huge change in profits, and balance sheet scalability was also increased. To the depositors, they were providing high interest rate on FD. As the profit was high, the bank decided to provide more interest rate to the individuals who were doing their FDs. On FD, the increased interest was increased, which led to more deposits in the bank and which increased the savings in the economy. To the depositor, it was in this way, but it also provides benefit to the borrowers. If someone want to borrow some money or loan from the bank, if he or she had credit score of 750, then he was provided interest at low. Like he had to give only 6.70 interest on the loans. Whereas the person who has low credit score than 750, he has to pay interest of 6.80 to 7.25, which was higher for them. But this also increased the loan facilities in many ways, as bank was only providing the personal loans and auto loans and was not able to provide housing loan. But this merger helped the HDFC Bank to get a portion of housing loan portfolio from the HDFC Limited, which increased the loan facility to the developers also, so that constructions can be more in the India. This also increased the saving facilities in economy and a huge growth of HDFC Bank and HDFC Limited in the market. Market capitalization was also increased from 2.23 trillion to 4.45 trillion, which was a huge change on the balance sheet, and this gave a trust merger can provide more dividend to them. So the shareholders were also agreed with this. Rate of home loans were revised and interest rate was now lower for the person who had higher credit score and high for the person who had lowest credit score. And secured loans were reduced by the HDFC Bank. This merger or not only provided the bank to be the leading but also encouraged trust in the public. At last, we can conclude that this merger was not only beneficial to the entities, but it also provided benefit to both the entities, shareholder, depositors and borrowers. That's all from my side. Thank you.